So a government that can't achieve any change on their legislative agenda in 9 years.
I'm not here to promote the Liberal Party. I'm here just to say, watch out, you vote for Rangers.
Some of whom I know are perverted. Sorry, end of conversation.
There you go. See, as soon as we're about to have a political discussion, he decides not to have a conversation with me anymore.
Alright, what's going on, people? This is Dougal here. I'm with my friend Alexis Bush, the traveller. There's Mum there standing in the door. We're on our way down to Eden-Monaro. We're going to have an adventure. I don't really know what we're going to do. Alexis is kind of the boss in charge there. I'm going to have fun. I'll probably be inebriated for the majority of the 3 days. But we're going to see how we go. See what the deep state's got for us down in the rural parts of New South Wales. And we'll show you what a real election's like. See you on the road. We've just finished the big part of the drive. A bit chilly down here, like I got my Carnage house jumper, keep me warm. Look how warm this is.
When am I
Look at that.
Carnage house
Look at
jumper?
that. You can get one, here's a sample, but we'll be putting them up on the website real soon. Make sure to get yours. Good morning, boys and girls. About 8 o'clock in the morning. We've just got up, me and Alexis. And before we go out on a day of political shenanigans, I thought I'd give you a little show around the place. I think Alexis is on the phone at the minute, so I'll sneak in.
I cannot believe they hijacked. But
I was just going to show you what's inside, but it's literally 2 rooms. We got the shisha out. But anyway, we're about to get out of here. Have a day on the town. I think we might catch up with Ricardo Bosi. Alexis might hook us up with Jim Molan. He's going to be doing a bunch of stuff for the young liberals, and I'm not really a young liberal. I might go along and be kind of a bad apple among their operations, but we'll see how it goes. They might give me a t-shirt. I don't know if I'll wear it, because you know I'm decked out with the fit. Anyway, we'll see you later.
Based. We'll sort them out.
What's happening? We just arrived at the first stop of the day, Yass Road. What do you call it? Yass Road pre-poll station. I think Armin's going to do a bit of work. I might help him out setting up some campaign materials and stuff. I think Jim Molan might be here, so we might get him and have a chat to him if we can. But we'll see how we go. I just dropped my bag off. I'm on the way to the nearest servo to pick me up a Monster energy drink to give me some power to fight the deep state. I just got in trouble as well for shaking hands with some guy I've met before. Man, these political types, they're really uptight, but you know, I think we're going to get in a lot more trouble. What's going on? We're at the pre-poll place. The Liberal candidate Fiona has just arrived. She's over there doing a little thing. We might see if we can talk to her.
Hi, I'm Fiona Cotvoys, the Liberal candidate for Eden-Monaro. I ran for this seat last year and I'm running again this year, and the reason why I'm running is because I grew up down at Bega, and when I left high school I had to go away for study and for work, and I came back in 2005, and what I found was that young people still had to go away. And what happens is when they go away they don't tend to come back. So as a community we're bleeding our lifeblood away for our future. While I've been away, I've got the skills and the experience to know how to change things, and for me, my priority is creating jobs and opportunities for young people to stay in our communities. That's why I'm running.
So we just finished up at the pre-poll place. I think I'm getting dragged along to some type of Liberal Party team planning meeting. Don't know if they want me to help them plan it out, but we'll go check that out, get some lunch, I'm starving, and we'll check in a bit. Basically, what's happened is I'm not even a member of the Liberal Party. I didn't think I was going to be helping them out, but because I'm helping Armin and they're doing this campaigning grunt work, that's what we're ending up to do. And I'm even actually in the LDP, the Liberal Democrats. Dean's running. I feel a bit bad, but I'll try and help Dean out at some stage along the way. We'll see how we go. Anyway, I'm going to show you guys what we're up to.
I want ScoMo ones. I didn't get any ScoMo ones.
Look at that, like a real election campaigner with cable ties in his mouth. I got a feeling this is about to get messy. They're trying to block off their territory. They got this one. Not only do they have a few of their own core flutes, they got these mean ads against Labor, and so they're going to run these. Kirsty McBain and Labor high tax.
You didn't get that in there, did you? Don't post that.
with me saying Chaneg's a closeted conservative.
Wait, who's a closeted conservative?
No, no one.
Chaneg? Who's Chaneg? Alright, if you know in the comments who's Chaneg, this is the investigation, we're gonna find out. Alright, so it's time, it's about to kick off, but both teams have had a little bit of a head start. Brutal competition. Brutal out here on the streets of Eden-Monaro. Alright, so we just came back from a young Liberal drinks event after campaigning during the day, which I kind of got roped into despite not being part of the Liberals, but I was happy to do it because I believe...
Socially distanced and a maximum of 10 people.
And a maximum of 10 people, and I believe in Armin, I believe in his cause. Joel Jamal has joined us after coming from work, so we appreciate our buddy Joel over there, domestic goddess in the kitchen. Alright, so basically it's election day today, and instead of just going and chilling around the polling booths and doing what have you, Armin's left behind his young Liberal kit, and he's now back to the bush, and we're going around and basically getting in a few little arguments, you could say, a few little verbal confrontations with the national parks people who are out here. Armin doesn't have a very high opinion of the national park, so that's what we're bringing to you, is a few debates, a few street sermons, bringing the word of the Lord to the people on the streets of Eden-Monaro. Hey, good morning. It's okay, I'm not actually voting today.
So anyhow, the sniffer dogs come in. Sniffer dogs start looking for crowberry frogs. And the irony is, and I don't know if you know this fact as well, is if someone goes missing in the Kosciuszko backcountry, whether it be a bushwalker or a skier, national parks will actually do everything they can in their power to stop sniffer dogs from being used to look for missing people. It's absolute lunacy. And then they'll say we don't have enough funding, etc., etc. But they've got funding for choppers. They can fly a chopper around whenever they want. Every time in Kosciuszko, I see at least 2 or 3 national parks choppers that'll fly over us. And I go, what the hell's going on here? I mean, they've got money to operate these choppers. They'll put gates up around the place, they'll put trail cameras around the place. They'll hire labour where they see fit to build stuff for them in the national park.
So have you thought about getting a job with them, and then you could...
I won't last 2 minutes there because I'm against their narrative. Fundamentally, I agree with what they want to achieve, but the way they're going about it is wrong.
So there's been huge cuts to the New South Wales National Parks and Wildlife Service in the current...
The same thing was said about the RFS.
So hang on.
Yeah. No,
there's been huge cuts.
Oh yes, of course.
Huge cuts. So are those cuts a good thing?
They found that even national parks budgets were not getting cut. What bureaucrats and the people politicising.
I don't know about that, but I'm pretty damn sure they have been cut.
Now you've got
have you got any science at all that would support the reintroduction of grazing to the high country?
So here's the science. Here we go. Here's the science. So
there's an awful lot of science that shouldn't.
I know, and the science is perverted. Unfortunately, it's ideological. It's political. The science, for example, if we go to the science of the Brumbies, right?
Sorry, I'm going to end the conversation here because you're talking about.
I'm giving you an example of how the science is perverted.
People in the CSIRO, and it is implausible to
a lot of the national parks heads and rangers,
some of whom I know, are perverted. Sorry, end of conversation.
There you go. See, as soon as we're about to have a political discussion and a debate about the science of the National Parks and Wildlife Service use, he decides not to have a conversation with me anymore.
How are we going to destroy Kosciuszko?
You can ask National Parks that. You guys set up the bureaucracy.
The bureaucracy?
Yep.
I think it was there before us.
Car era bureaucracy, and the Greens have continued to peddle the bureaucracy to New South Wales.
So how did they do that when they've been in government?
The fact of the matter is, I'm here today to expose the hypocrisy of the crowberry frog, which lovely people like you. That's right. I share the same values of conservation as these people, and maybe even these people here.
Which government is in charge in New South Wales at the moment?
Oh, okay. This is a good question.
And for how long have they been in power?
This is a good question.
Who is the responsible minister for the Parks and Wildlife?
The issue here right now is the bureaucracy in the New South Wales National Parks and Wildlife Service is so strong.
They've had 9 years and they're not capable of modifying the bureaucracy.
That's an unfortunate thing. But the Labor and the Greens were the ones who set the bureaucracy up in the first place. They're the ones who are on the extreme extreme end of conservation.
Over
that's not
9 years ago.
That's,
So a government that can't achieve any change on their legislative
I'm not
agenda in
here to
9
promote
years.
the Liberal Party. I'm here just to say, watch out, and you vote for. That's all. Okay, we're done here. Let's go.
Quick, go!
What's going on? This is going to be the end of our election day weekend. I've spent most of the night in Ricardo Bosey's kind of after party celebration. I've been dragged along by my friend Armin to the Liberal event with the Liberal candidate, and she's quite nice in person. She gave me a little interview which will be included in the vlog, but gave one of the most boring speeches of all time. And I swear, if I hear one more well-to-do person in RM Williams make a joke about sanitising their fucking elbow, someone's going to be on sealing duty. But anyway, the vlog's going to be coming out. We're about to drive back to Sydney. My man Armin, who does forward driving all the time, is going to be responsible for that. And I appreciate the Liberal Party giving me a free beer at their event, even though I endorsed two candidates who really do not like the Libs one bit. Anyway, fun weekend, good experience. Also, one hot tip of the day that some people might not know is that obviously you can expect that on the ground there's going to be all types of little election tricks, right? And so there's two different types of people that actually look at the votes on election day. One is the counters, which are employed by the Australian Electoral Commission, who are supposed to be super fair and whatever. And the others are scrutineers, which are hired by the parties, who are supposed to kind of check the counters and make sure there's no funny business going on. And one funny thing is my buddy was scrutineering for the Liberal Party, who kind of brought me into this event, same guy, and he said there was actually a bunch of people from Young Labor who are actually the counters, and a bunch of them were actually recording real votes for the Liberal candidate as kind of informal votes, right? So they don't count. And look, I don't know, they're just allegations, but they're just something to watch out for if you ever worried about kind of election business. That's kind of one of the hot tricks that's going around the streets right now.